The room was dark. The light seemed dizzy as I struggled to focus on my bed. With a gulp of regret, I sat down and stared at the photo of my parents. What have I done? Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, and anybody who has experienced or done something that they regret in life, sometimes it's very difficult to accept what we have done. Oftentimes, it turns out the things that we did were actually wrong. We knew them to be wrong, and yet we still did them. And that is sometimes difficult to accept. I was a high school student back then, having passed my 10th grade with flying colors. My parents, who were extremely loving and caring of me, but they would keep an eye on me even more than a hunter on its prey. My mother would look to see how I was spending my time or who I was hanging out with. She was quick to give me advice. Don't eat food outside, son. Everything is now adulterated. Don't waste your time, son. Time is your most valuable asset. Choose your friends carefully, son. Your friends will decide who you are. And I would reply, Mom, it's okay. I understand. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's okay. You worry too much. In the beginning of my 12th grade, that's when my mom sat back and cried. She bragged to my parents, or rather I should say to my relatives, about what a good son that I had been. And there I was, gazing at the open sky, feeling for the first time a different kind of freedom. With my parents having full faith in me, I started my next year in high school, and I decided I want to be the popular guy. I made many friends, but I wanted to be everybody. I wanted to be the person that everybody likes. And so I looked at my classroom, and I saw some friends, I saw some people who were very trendy, very smart, and yet they had the worst manners, they had bad habits, they used bad language, but for some reason, everybody liked them. And I thought, okay, I want to be like them. But I would always reassure myself, well, hey, look, I might have messed up friends, but I'm not like them. I'm not messed up like them. I'm better off. But they're my friends. And it was one evening I was cornered by those very friends, poked at, laughed at. They told me, if you're so tough, why don't you try smoking this cigarette? My mind raced. My mind was torn between doing what is right and fitting in. My heartbeat raced. And I smiled nervously. And before I knew it, I was blowing out puffs of smoke. I coughed involuntarily, much to the entertainment of my friends. But then they would turn around and say, hey, it's okay, you'll get over it, it's fine, don't worry about it. That night, I went home. The room was dark. My vision was blurry as I struggled to look ahead. I noticed the photo at the corner of my room of my parents. A reminiscent voice came over. Choose your friends carefully, son. They'll shape who you are. I know now that true knowledge, or rather I should say true wisdom, comes from experience. And it was at that moment that I realized she was right. Thank you.